Hello, students of class 9th. See, this is your poems and short stories textbook. Now, present time I am teaching you your story number 3rd, a horse and two goats. Let's see. Story number 3rd, a horse and two goats, written by R.K. Narayan. Right? Now, the story is continue. See on page number 60, stories continue here. Discussion with American man and Muni. The American washed his hands intently and said, "I know what you mean. Chop something. Maybe I am holding you up, and you want to chop wood. Where is your axe? Hand it to me and show me what you chop. I do enjoy it, you know, just a hobby. We get a lot of driftwood along the backwater near my house. And on Sundays, I do nothing but chop wood for the fireplace. I really feel different when I was the fire in the fireplace, although it may take all the sections of the Sunday. New York Times to get a fire started. And he smiled at this reference. Muni felt totally confused, but decided the best thing would be to make an attempt to get away from this place. He tried to ease out, saying, "Must go home," and turned to go. The other seized his shoulder and said desperately, "Is there no one, absolutely no one here to translate for me?" He looked up and down the road, which was deserted in this hot afternoon. The stranger almost pinioned Muni's back to the statue and asked, "Isn't this your statue? Isn't this statue yours? Why don't you sell it to me?" The old man now understood the reference to the horse, thought for a second, and said in his own language, "I was an urchin this high when I heard my grandfather explain this horse and warriors, and my grandfather himself was this high. When he heard his grandfather, whose grandfather?" The other man interrupted him. "I don't want to seem to have stooped here for nothing. I will offer you a good price for this," he said, indicating the horse. He had concluded without the least doubt that Muni owned this mud horse. Perhaps he guessed by the way he sat on its pedestal. He liked other souvenir sellers in this country, presiding over their wares. Muni followed the man's eyes and pointing fingers, and dimly understood the subject matter, and feeling relieved that the theme of the mutilated body had been abandoned at least for the time being. Said again enthusiastically, I was this high when my grandfather told me about this horse and the warriors, and my grandfather was this high when he himself. The Tamil that Muni spoke was stimulating even as a pure sound, and the foreigner listened with fascination. I wish I had my tape recorder here, he said, amusing, pleasantest expression. Your language sounds wonderful. I get a kick out of every word you utter here. He indicated his ears, but, but you don't have to waste your breath in sales talk. I appreciate the article. You don't have to explain its points. I never went to a school in those days only. Brahmin went to schools, but we had to go out and work in fields, morning till night, from sowing in harvest time. And when Pongal came, we had cut the harvest. My father allowed me to go out and play with others at the time. And so don't know I don't know the Prangis language you speak. Even little fellows in your country probably speak the Prang speak the Prangis language, but here only learned men and officers know it. The foreigner laughed heartily, took out another cigarette and offered it to Muni, who now smoked with gay ease, deciding to stay on if the fellow was going to be so good as to keep up his cigarette supply. The American now stood up on the pedestal in the attitude of a demonstrative lecture and sat running his finger along some of the curved decoration around the horse's neck, speaking slowly and uttering his words syllables by syllable. I could give a shell talk for this better than anyone else. This is a marvelous combination of yellow and indigo, though faded now. How do you people of this country achieve these flaming colors? Muni now assumed that the subject was still the horse and not the dead body. Said, this is our guardians. It means death to our adversaries. At the end of Kali Yuga, at the end of the Kali Yuga, this word and all other words will be destroyed, and Ridmir will come in the shape of a horse called Kaliki. This horse will come to life and gallop and trample down all bad men. While he was brooding on this pleasant vision, the foreigner utilized the pause to say, I assure you that this will have the best home in the USA. I'll push away the bookish. You know, I love books and am a member of 5 books clubs, and the choice and bonus films mount up to a pile really in our living room, as high as this hostel itself. But they will have to go. They will have to go. Ruth may disapprove, but I will convince. Muni continued his description of the end of the world. Our Pandit, our Pandit discoursed at the temple once how the ocean are going to close over the earth in a huge wave and swallows us. This horse will grow bigger than the biggest wave and carry on its back only the good people and kick into the floods and the evil ones. Plenty of them about, he said reflectively. Do you know when it is going to happen? Going to happen, he asked. The foreigner now understood by the tone of the other that a question was being asked and said, I am not a millionaire, but a modest businessman. My trade is office. Okay, students, now I want to stop here and this will be continued in the next video very soon you will find. Okay.